The NBA Finals are all but set, with the Denver Nuggets seeking their first title in franchise history against the Miami Heat. Some fans are disappointed we didn't get to see the Celtics and Lakers duke it out to claim their record-breaking 18th title, but Nuggets vs. Heat is actually the best thing for the NBA. Which storyline do you think is better? Let's break it down. The Nuggets have looked like the best team in the NBA all season long. Their star player, Nikola Jokic, is playing the best basketball of his life on the biggest stage. The season after winning 2 straight MVP awards, he nearly averaged a triple-double on 63% shooting. Somehow, he was able to up his game in the playoffs, averaging an insane 30, 13, and 10 while hitting 47% of his threes, including this absurd one.
Jokic has to put it up. High on three. Oh, he knocks it down.
The man just can't miss. But as always, his greatest asset is his passing. He's able to get every player a good shot. He's a cheat code on offense that turns every teammate into a weapon.
He finds Gordon. Gordon for three. Yeah!
His style of play has affected all of his teammates for the better. Aaron Gordon, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Bruce Brown, everyone is taking after Jokic and making that extra pass to the open guy. Even Michael Porter Jr., who had the lowest assist percentage in the NBA among non-big men this season, just posted a career-high 6 assists against the Lakers. Jokic's style of play is infectious, and fans are starting to wonder why he didn't three-peat as most valuable player. The only person who isn't complaining is Jokic. He repeatedly said he doesn't care about winning MVPs. After winning the Western Conference Finals MVP, he said,
I don't think about MVPs anymore, and people are just mean and saying that Embiid shouldn't want it.
Jokic has already cemented himself among the greatest centers in NBA history. But a finals victory gets him off that list of players with the likes of Charles Barkley, Steve Nash, Karl Malone, and yes, Joel Embiid, the best players to never win a title. With a ring, how high does he climb in the all-time rankings? Does he crack the top 5 centers of all time before he even hits 30? Is he suddenly the best international player in history? But as he said, he's not concerned about individual accolades or awards. All he cares about is bringing the Nuggets their first title. In the 46 years since the ABA-NBA merger, in which the Nuggets joined the NBA, they haven't made the finals once. This was their 5th time making the conference finals, and their 4th against the Lakers, who beat them every time en route to win a title of their own. They finally emerged victorious, snapping the 3rd longest finals appearance drought in the NBA. Bringing a title to the city of Denver would be huge for the franchise, a franchise that has consistently been very good, but never great. This might be that one great team, but Jokic isn't doing it alone. His running mate in Jamal Murray has a legacy on the line of his own. Murray was the final piece of the Carmelo Anthony trade way back in 2011, 5 years before Murray was even drafted as a future first-round pick. After 4 years of looking like a streaky combo guard, he proved his worth in the 2020 bubble. He averaged 26.5 games in the playoffs while finishing 2 free throws shy of a 50-40-90. He powered the Nuggets to 2 straight comebacks down 3-1, once scoring 50, 42, and 50 again in a 3-game span. He looked like the perfect high-octane complement to the lumbering Jokic, the perfect number 2. It quickly cratered in 2021 during Jokic's first MVP season. Devastatingly, Murray tore his ACL. He missed the next year and a half, watching from the sidelines as the Nuggets fell short in 2 straight playoffs. Head coach Michael Malone recently opened up about the emotional depths Murray fell to after his injury.
I remember being in the bus with him, going to the airport after he did the injury in Golden State the next day, and he had tears in his eyes. And that was the message. Hey, man, you're going to come back from this, and not only are you going to come back, you're going to be better. And that's in that moment, it's really hard to believe that. And his first thought was, man, are you guys going to trade me? And that was his, I'm damaged goods. Are you guys going to trade me now? And I hugged him. I said, hell no. Like, you're ours. We love you. We're going to help you get back, and you're going to be a better player for it. And I think
an unselfish unicorn who doubles as the league's most watchable player, a team pieced together by scraps who are all working in unison toward a higher goal, and a heart-wrenching story of physical triumph, all while trying to bring a city its first title? How's that for entertaining TV? Even with the storybook season Denver's having, what's going on in Miami might be even more interesting. Their postseason superstar Jimmy Butler has a true rags-to-riches, blindside type of story. He grew up in the tiny town of Houston without a father. When he was 13 years old, his mother kicked him out of the house.
My mom kicked me out of my house, to tell the truth. I bounced in and out of guys' houses in high school.
When the mother of one of his friends took him in, he became part of their family. He wasn't recruited out of high school, eventually playing his first college season in JUCO. He eventually transferred to Marquette, where he started to make a name for himself. His defensive prowess led to his draft in 2011 by the Chicago Bulls, the best team in the league the season before, led by MVP Derrick Rose. After struggling to earn minutes in his rookie season, he slowly progressed year after year until becoming the 2015 Most Improved Player. By 2017, he was a bona fide star. He was eventually traded to the Timberwolves, reunited with Coach Tom Thibodeau. He asked for nothing but the best from his teammates, especially young stars Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns. In one infamous practice, he took third-team players and scrimmaged the starters and won. He even screamed at the GM, "You effing need me." When his teammates never took that next step, he asked for a trade. He joined a couple more young, talented, and ultimately disappointing stars in Philly, playing alongside Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Rumors say the duo wanted Jimmy out of there, probably for the same reason he wanted out of Minnesota. He expects nothing but the best.
Butler, that is a tough shot by Jimmy Bucket.
The team ultimately chose Tobias Harris over re-signing Jimmy, leading to the famous clip when he defeated the Sixers in the 2022 playoffs.
Harris over me?
He fought to join Eric Spoelstra in the Miami Heat, who carved out the cap space to bring him aboard in the 2019 offseason. His very first year with the Heat, right after Heat legend Dwayne Wade had retired, he took a team that missed the playoffs the previous year to the NBA Finals as a 5th seed, leading to his nickname, Playoff Jimmy. Now in his 4th season with the Heat, he's in his 3rd conference finals and about to make his 2nd finals appearance. But what would a Jimmy Bucket season be without a little drama? After being a #1 seed in 2022 and coming this close to the finals, the Heat had the 7th best record in the Eastern Conference this season. They got decimated by the Hawks in the play-in game and barely squeaked by the Bulls in the 2nd game, needing a tremendous 4th quarter comeback to even make it to the playoffs. What followed next was one of the greatest playoff performances we've ever seen. Some have called it Jordan-esque, bringing more credence to the semi-facetious theory that Jimmy is MJ's long-lost son. He's averaging 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 5.5 assists a game, taking over every 4th quarter like a man possessed.
It's a long 3, and good! Oh, Jimmy frickin' Butler puts it in!
Jimmy's Heat are already just the 2nd 8 seed to make it to the finals, after the 1999 Knicks in the 50-game lockout season. If he actually wins, if he pulls this off, he's suddenly remembered as an all-time playoff great. And that's not even the craziest part of the Heat's run. Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, and Duncan Robinson are all taking their turns looking like all-star caliber players, despite all being undrafted. Each of them has raised their play in the postseason and earned their spot on an NBA roster. Then you have Kyle Lowry and Kevin Love, 2 former champions who are way past their prime doing all the dirty work for this team. The Heat lead the league in every hustle stat imaginable. Loose balls, charges taken, they are willing themselves to victory. And they're doing this all without Tyler Hero, their 3rd best player. Despite the Heat allowing the Celtics to rally back into the series for a possible historical comeback, and be the first team to win a series being down 0-3, Game 7 was a huge blowout for the Heat, showing why they deserve to be in the NBA Finals once again. Undrafted player Caleb Martin was the star throughout the series, especially in Game 7 to end the Celtics season.
On top, open triple.
And he's on one. Caleb Martin is absolutely on fire.
A team full of underdogs and feel-good stories? How can people argue this wouldn't be feel-good TV? JJ Redick talked on his podcast about the fans complaining about TV rating, saying this won't be good for the league.
I've seen a bunch of these takes on Twitter about the NBA wanting it to be Lakers Celtics. The ratings are going to stink, blah, blah, blah. Let me ask you a question. Who has been the 2 best players in the NBA playoffs? To me, it's been Nikola Jokic and Jimmy Butler. Now, you may think otherwise.
Since the playoffs started, the 2 best teams have been the Nuggets and the Heat. The 2 best players have been Jimmy Buckets and the Joker. What better matchup could fans want? To top it off, the 2 teams even have a little bit of history. In November 2021, former Heat player Markieff Morris and Jokic got into a shoving match that almost escalated into a brawl. Morris sustained a light injury that turned into lingering back and neck problems. The 32-year-old veteran had struggled to stay on the floor since. The bad blood spilled off the court, including Jokic's big brothers and Morris's twin. While Morris is no longer on the team, Heat culture is about playing hard-nosed, take-no-prisoners ball. Jokic, while considered a finesse player, is always willing to return the favor. We're looking forward to a tough, physical matchup between the teams that for the last month and a half have been the two best teams in the league. The Nuggets have had the Heat's number for the past 3 years, winning each of the previous 6 matchups. But if Jimmy G buckets and the Heat have proven anything over this stretch, it's that they're not to be doubted. Who do you have? The team that's the best in the league for the past year, or the underdog who refuses to go down without a fight? Whose legacy would benefit the most with a win? Most importantly, which storyline do you think is more engaging? Let us know in the comments. For more NBA content, check out The Wrong Opinion, useless NBA trivia, and garbage rankings wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for watching Hoopers Lane.